So you've just been handed a severance offer. I know that can be a really confusing, kind of stressful moment. But before you do anything, we're going to break down what you absolutely need to know to make sure you're getting a fair shake.
If you're watching this, I'm guessing this question hits close to home. You've got this document in front of you, a deadline is probably breathing down your neck, and you're thinking, is this actually a good offer?
And this is a really high-stakes moment because once you've signed that release, that's it. The deal is done. What most people have no idea about is that there can be a massive gap between what a company first offers and what you might actually be owed. Let's dig into that.
Okay, let's get right into it. To really understand the offer you're holding, you've got to understand the perspective of the company that gave it to you.
It really comes down to incentives, right? Your former employer wants to get this done fast and, frankly, for the lowest possible cost. Their lawyers draft this agreement to protect them, not you. And the big one, once you sign, there is absolutely no going back.
And here is the absolute core of the issue. Over here on the left, you've got the statutory minimums. Think of this as the legal bare minimum, the absolute floor your employer has to meet. But on the right, that's your potential common law entitlement. And this is a whole different ballgame. It's based on things like your age, your job, how long you were there, and it's often way, way higher. Not knowing this difference can mean leaving a serious amount of money on the table. So you might be thinking, okay, this sounds complicated, probably expensive to figure out. But what if there was a really straightforward, low-risk way to get total clarity and confidence before you sign anything?
Well, here's the first part of that solution. It's just a single, flat fee. That's it. No scary retainers, no hourly billing that just racks up, no surprises, just one clear price for one clear answer.
And here's the other key part. It's fast. Severance offers always, and I mean always, come with these tight deadlines. It's often a tactic to get you to sign quickly without thinking. Getting an expert opinion back in about 48 hours? That can be a total game changer.
Okay, so how does this actually play out? Let's walk through the process that takes you from feeling uncertain to having a really clear answer. It's just 3 simple steps.
You know, the whole thing is designed to be as easy as possible. You start by securely uploading your documents. That takes like 5 minutes. Then, a licensed Ontario employment lawyer gets to work and personally reviews your whole situation. And the last step? You get a written report with a straight-up recommendation. Accept the offer, try to negotiate, or push back hard.
So, what's actually in this final report? It's not just a simple yes or no. You're going to get an estimated range of what you could fully be entitled to, a direct assessment of whether your offer is low, an analysis of your strengths and weaknesses for negotiation, and a specific, concrete recommendation on what to do next. So, what happens if the review comes back and confirms, yep, your offer is too low and you should negotiate? Well, in that case, there's an option to take an even more powerful next step.
You can see the 2 options laid out right here. The standard review gives you that full analysis and the clear recommendation. But that second option, it includes all of that, plus a professionally drafted demand letter to arm you for that negotiation.
So, what on earth is a demand letter? Well, think of it as your professionally prepared opening shot in a negotiation. A lawyer drafts a formal letter for you, making it ready to send. It clearly lays out your position and really sets the stage for a much better outcome.
Let's look at how this plays out in real life. In this first example, the review found that the offer was just way below the typical range for someone in that job. The recommendation couldn't be clearer: negotiate. Without that piece of advice, they could have left a ton of money behind.
And here's another super common situation. An employer might be pointing to some clause in your original employment contract to try and limit your payout. But what this review found was that the clause itself might not even be legally enforceable. I mean, that's a critical detail that most of us would never, ever spot on our own.
So the bottom line in all of this is about empowerment. It's about taking a moment that feels stressful and full of pressure and turning it into one of clarity and confidence, all by getting the right information before you make that final call.
I mean, this feedback from a VP of engineering really says it all. They said they flat out would have accepted the first offer without really getting what was at stake. Having that clarity made all the difference in the world for them.
So we'll end with this question, because this is really what it all boils down to. When you put your signature on that paper, it's final. Making sure you have all the facts before you do it, well, it's not just smart, it's absolutely essential.